She was his Elizabeth Bennet, a love so consuming that she pushed away everyone who ever cared about her, only to find out it was all a lie. This is a story of what happens after, but let's start from the very beginning. Tessa was an amazing, well-groomed high schooler who had two constants, her mom and high school boyfriend, because her dad left. She's known a simple life and nothing else until she experienced the charm of walking through a college dorm. She met her amazing roommate, who didn't seem very amazing to her mom, but Tessa had to convince mom that she would be fine, and she was, until she met her Darcy, a troubling and stoic Hardin. Hardin was everything her mom taught her to run away from. He was completely different from her square high school boyfriend, and she tried to hold herself back as much as she could, but she had been so repressed by her mom and boyfriend that every touch from Hardin felt like a rush. At first, she did not want anything to do with him, since her initial experience was an unpleasant one. But since Hardin and her roommate were friends, they were always in each other's circles, maybe more like a square, because everywhere she looked, he was there. It turns out Hardin and Tessa had the same English class, and they engaged in a heated debate about pride and prejudice. Hardin just knew how to rile Tessa up, and it worked because she was more involved than she wanted to believe. But in a single breath, Hardin went from a douchebag to nice as he spoke to Tessa in a calming manner. In the spirit of this new friendship, Hardin wanted to show her something. She hesitated at first, but gave Hardin a chance. Hardin took her to his favorite spot, a beautiful and serene lake, where they swam and spoke about love. Hardin expressed that he could never be friends with Tessa. They went from talking to kissing, and Hardin was more than happy with his day's work. But Tessa wanted more. This was a new experience for her, and the neurochemicals in her brain were lighting up. Hardin could see this and paused, as he believed they had time to explore. From someone she wanted nothing to do with, they turned into smiling buddies as they had lunch together. Tessa wanted to know more about Hardin, but they were interrupted by Hardin's friends, which made him apprehensive. She asked if he felt humiliated by her, but Hardin reassured her that that wasn't the case. This could be the start of something new, and she wanted to break up with Noah, but Hardin didn't want a relationship. He told Tessa to break up with Noah on her own accord because he doesn't date. "Are you serious?" she said as she walked away heartbroken. But life went on. She still had college and an amazing boyfriend, but Noah made it hard for Tessa to love him because of his controlling nature. Noah became her mom, maybe more like the dad that stayed. On a fateful morning, Tessa got a visit from Noah, who wanted to surprise her. Tessa was stunned. She obviously didn't want him there, but he was there anyway. They spent the time together at a bonfire, which made Hardin furious. In a game of suck and blow, an abrasive Jace tried to kiss Tessa, who Noah tried to ward off amicably, but Hardin came in with hands and fists, which did not end well for him. Hardin ended up leaving, as did everyone, and Tessa spent more time with Noah. During the night, she received an unexpected call from Landon, Hardin's soon-to-be stepbrother, and Tessa responded to his call. Landon and Tessa were friends, as they met each other on the first day of school, and Hardin just mentioned her name in a fight with his dad. Landon thought maybe she could talk to him, but they did less talking and spent the night together. She awoke to find Noah worried and outside her dorm as she tried to explain where she was, but before she could, Hardin appeared on the scene and Noah read between the lines. He decided to go back to high school because he was obviously not ready for college, and Tessa went back to her room, sobbing because she pushed away the only father that stayed. She told Hardin the truth that night. Noah was like a brother she never had, but he was so much more.
Noah's my best friend. But you're so much more.
With Noah no more in the picture, their relationship flourished with increased dopamine activity. Tessa finally got the man she wanted and the freedom she never had, until her mom walked in. Her mom was so disappointed in her, but this time Tessa did not try to appease her. She was so enamored by his charm that no one could come between them. Her mom cut her off completely, but she wasn't worried. Love solves it all. They moved in together and they were ecstatic. At least Tessa was. She was happier than she's ever been. Until one night. Hardin's phone was blowing up as he was in the shower, and Tessa wanted to see what it was all about. That is when she found out that Hardin was hiding something. Hardin did not want to argue and asked her to trust him. Hardin was gone, and she waited into the night for his arrival. She couldn't wait anymore and went out looking. She did not find Hardin, but found his friends. Hardin came in right after. Hardin was flummoxed. He was afraid of what his friends could say. They rather showed Tessa a video of how their love story was based on a dare. Hardin was never truly interested. He just wanted to appease his friends. Tessa was dejected and Hardin went after her. Hardin exclaimed, "You said nothing could change how you feel about me." And Tessa replied, "I guess we both lied." Hardin became a recluse again, not having a life without Tessa. He did what he does best. He put his feelings on paper and submitted the script as his final. The professor gave it to Tessa as she believed the essay was more for her than her office desk. Tessa read the love novel he wrote and went to their secret spot to think. Hardin joined shortly as the movie comes to an end. Moral of the story: don't be a caretaker like Noah.